enough, we are on the train heading north to Switzerland, into the Alps. Now the scenery changes dramatically. These towering mountains overhead.
Look to see if the windshield wipers
There's snow on the mountain peaks. There's waterfalls coming down. We're passing through the beautiful Swiss Alps on our way to Lucerne, one of the most charming towns in all of Switzerland. And it's just a sheer pleasure to be riding on these Swiss trains. They are so comfortable. And at this point we have some fun. There's a real pretty little village with a church on top of the hill, and we get to see it 3 times. Once out one side of the train, and then again out the other side of the train. The train goes into the mountain, comes around a tunnel, and comes back out again, and then we see the same church a 3rd time. Snacking on board. They've got some sandwiches you can buy on board the train, or you can bring your own food on board. Just sit back and relax, enjoy the sights, and soon enough we've arrived in Lucerne after that magnificent train trip. That is really the most spectacular single leg by rail of our whole tour, that starts in Rome and ends up in London, going by train all the way. Settling into the heart of Lucerne, there's our hotel across the waters, the Balance Hotel. It's a very clean, modern interior, considering the building is about 400 years old. Most of the rooms have lovely views looking out across the river. As we gather in the lounge and get ready for our next little excursion, there's the signature of Lucerne, the water tower, and the chapel bridge, the Keppelbrücke. Tom entertaining us with a little piano. And soon enough we're on our way with a little walking tour, orientation walk through the heart of Lucerne. It's just a charming cobblestone town, especially the old town where the hotel is located along the banks of the river. There's some little mini shopping malls, and then we get to the Lion Monument, another one of the symbols of the city. It's carved right into the cliff. Commemorates a battle that the Swiss army mercenaries were engaged in at the Tuileries Gardens back in the 18th century. Continuing our walk into the evening, there's a beautiful view of the swans gliding by on the river and the Keppelbrücke in the background, the Chapel Bridge, one of the signature sights of the city. One of the fun things to do at night in Lucerne is go to the folk show at the Stadtkeller restaurant. He's playing a sword. They put on a fun show. They have good traditional Swiss food here for a reasonable price. And it's right there in walking distance from the hotel. They make music here on saws and bottles and brooms and yodeling, and then we get into the act ourselves and try the Alpine horn. Yeah, well, Mel brought the house down with that one. Our hotel is the former city hall of town. It's a building nearly 500 years old, totally renovated, a Hotel de Balance. Highly decorated throughout, with one of the best breakfasts you'll ever find. A complete buffet, and they have usually got 6 different kinds of bread in the morning. Dark bread, light bread, all of it freshly baked the night before. Eggs, sausage, bacon, fruits, cheeses, yogurts, juices, great coffee. We have breakfast here, and you can easily have lunch and dinner at the hotel as well. It's one of the nicest spots to be. We've conducted our Rome to London tour that you're watching here about 30 times in the last 14 years, and this is the only hotel that we have stayed at every single trip. The other cities, there have been various changes and enhancements and improvements and what have you, but this is just the best spot, so we keep coming back to the Balance. And this breakfast spread is one of the many reasons for that, along with its great location on the water. The Balance Hotel, it's a very clean, modern interior, considering the building is about 400 years old. Most of the rooms have lovely views looking out across the river. It's just a charming cobblestone town, especially the old town where the hotel is located along the banks of the river. There's some little mini shopping malls. The heart of the old town is a pedestrian zone with wooden bridges and cobblestone lanes and lined with shops and banners, and really a festive, wonderful place. One of the real charming cities of Switzerland. Some of these buildings date back 400 years, but of course they're all very well preserved and beautifully taken care of. After all, this is Switzerland. Everything works in this country. Everything is efficient, it's clean, it's a delightful spot to visit. There's all kinds of stores, department stores, chocolate shops, jewelry shops, cuckoo clocks, things to buy. You can even get some good deals on clothing here. Summer clothing is always discounted by the time we get here in June. Or if you're on our spring or fall trip, there's other seasonal delights to enjoy. And just simply stroll through the old town. Now, of course, you'll find a lot of places to eat in Lucerne, little sidewalk restaurants and such. And here was a lovely hideaway that we discovered on the top floor of the main department store right in the heart of town. They have this generous buffet, as you see. You just take what you want off of the buffet, and they'll weigh your plate and charge you accordingly. It's a pretty good value for the money. Oh, Switzerland is just the perfect vacation playground. It's got spectacular mountains and beautiful villages, offering the best of nature and culture. There's art, there's music. The cute little towns are so quaint they almost look contrived, like some kind of a Disney version of Heidi's hometown. But this is the real thing. You'll discover cobblestone lanes for pedestrians winding past the ancient buildings that have the most modern shops inside, with everything spotlessly clean and well organized. It's a land of friendly people and efficiency and charm. You get the best of both worlds, old and new. But wear comfortable shoes and get ready for some walking if you want to explore it properly and see the beauties of this wonderland. Lucerne is certainly one of the world's cutest towns. It's on the picturesque lake, surrounded by the majestic mountains, and they truly have it all here. Lucerne is deservedly the most popular visitor destination in Switzerland, famous for the well-preserved old town that you see here, consisting of many blocks of medieval buildings richly decorated with painted murals. Here's a nice little cafe, Emilio. It's famous in Lucerne as a great place to come for tea and pastries in the afternoon. Another real famous store is Bucherer. It's a department store for watches and clocks and jewelry. It has about 5 floors of goodies for you. Temperatures are quite reasonable throughout the year, for Lucerne sits at an elevation of only 1,300 feet. Now, some of the nearby mountains do reach up to 10,000 feet, and they have snow-covered glaciers year-round. But the temperatures in town are quite comfortable even in the winter time. The best time to visit is any time between April and October. There's a festive fountain in one of the numerous town squares. The old town is a comfortable size. It's about 10 blocks long and about 5 blocks wide. Here comes Junie and Nina. They succeeded in their shopping expedition, it looks like. Yes, okay, shopping, very good. Looking for cowbells and
More cowbells?
music boxes, other local goodies. The next morning we are up for a big day.